Yeah, that's right. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Feeling a lot better today, gang. I'll tell you, I can't even begin to tell you what yesterday was. You are the top dog, Fred. I'm telling you, this is like a record. It's like the third day in a row that you've shown up being first. Hey, I don't know where AZ Mick is. Hopefully he's okay. Nick. Nickelodeon. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Um, maybe if you're not working or you feel up to it, I'm going to put an invite up in a couple minutes. I think that would sound good. Yeah. That's funny. Yes. Yes. Anyways, so sorry about last night. Like I said, I had stomach intestinal issues. No fun. I was for half the day I wasn't feeling right anyway, but I'm feeling worlds better now. And I said to myself, a rare moment on a Wednesday, I thought I would come on and do, I don't know, the usual fare we try to do, 90 minute, 90 minute at least, hopefully. I only got a handful of things written down in the script here. Yes. Um, I have my colonoscopy is set for um, October 2nd, October 3rd. I gotta wait that long. I don't have much of a choice. I have other, I have urology next week and the eye doctor the week following for the cataract, which was, from the eye that they had to fix the torn retina, that kind of shit. When you get to be my age, it's fall apart, man. That's my new superhero name. I'm feeling a lot better than yesterday. Thank you very much. Nice. And Nick Iota. Yeah, well, hopefully that goes well too. I hate to say this, but in a way, I hope they find something because this just doesn't seem right. What's been going on these last few weeks? Yeah, maybe they'll come up with an answer because I really don't know. It's. I'm scared to eat. I know, right? For a fat guy, I'm scared to eat. But about 50% of the time, I'm scared to eat because I don't know what's going to happen. It is what it is. What can I say? But we will explain in a little bit. Of course, the title of today, The Other Side on the Road to Freedom. Yes. Hey, how you doing out there, Brandon, out in Aussie land? Hopefully everything's going well. Yes, Randy's here, Brandon's here, Lisa's here, Nick's here, Fred's here, everybody's here. Oh, man. Randy, he sent you an email. No worries. I had a horrible ingested and acid reflux one time, and the answer was I was drinking too much coffee. I'm busy. You know what? And that's, who knows? Maybe that could be part of the problem too. But, out of all honesty, daily, it can be anywhere from 2 cups to a pot. Seriously. It just depends on the day and if I'm busy or whatever. And that's being honest. How's it going, James? Went to the doctor. She asked me how much coffee I was drinking every day and told me to stop for a while. I did, and it went away completely. Yeah, I've been drinking coffee for 45 years almost, and I'm sorry, I'm not giving it up. No, that's not going to happen. The closest that I will do is half calf. Yeah, I'm not going to go any lower than that. That's the truth on that. Because decaf coffee just does, it's hot colored piss water. What's the point by that point? Hot colored piss water. He's gonna die a coffee drinker. Damn right. If you can have alcoholics and drug addicts and other types of addicts in the world, I am the coffee addict, and I like that. Good to see you here, Dave. Yes, indeed. Greetings and salutations as well. Yes. I'm gonna drop a little nugget. I said nugget. of that. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Nicky boy. Hey, Dave Goodley. To see you. Speaking of Goodley, um, see now, Toby. Okay, she's sleeping on my bed. We both took a nap earlier, but because I needed it, and she's been more vocal this week because Mom's not here. Mommy's gone for a week out to near Roswell. Okay, on family stuff. Anywho, so she's been more vocal. She's missing Mom. She is like really attached to Mommy. So it's just Dad and Grandpa, crazy Grandpa, and she's just attention starved. Um, yeah, she is something, isn't she? Maybe she'll grace us with an appearance later. I don't drink coffee. Don't like it. Just well, I can understand that. I can understand that. Want to send a shout out to Royce? Oh, he hit 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Royce. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. The next one that deserves to get to 2,000 is this guy. That's right. I've been I've been hovering around 1,200 for quite some time. But you know what? Like I said, Royce puts on a hell of a show. It's good quality show, kids. Go subscribe to him. He deserves it. I drink Seattle's best decaf, and I'll say it tastes damn good, huh? Yes, Bruce Toby. Coffee is a drug. You have to treat it like it is. Yeah, that's true. Love is the drug for me. Jen, how you doing? How you doing? You'll hit two. Yeah, maybe in 15 more years, my friend. Do you realize in February I will be on YouTube for 15 years? Yeah, in February, early February to be precise. It'll be about that time already too. Even I can't believe I've been on that long, honestly. That's like almost a third of my life. Almost. Coffee equals life indeed. You are right on that. Oh man. Mm. Oh. Yes, congrats to the success of Royce's channel. Very awesome channel he's got. And and like I said, this is the thing though about the YouTube vinyl community. We all do things different. We do. I have to say that everybody brings something different to the table. Although I will confess, I have been watching. Vinyl Richie has been putting up old clips of different things. I've gotten a chuckle a couple times on some of the shit he's been putting up there. Caffeine and stimulants, that's right. Probably the same stimulants that the truck drivers like to do. Put the hammer down. The neighbor lady brought me to pot brownies. All this coffee talk, I think I put on a pot and eat my brownies. Oh yes. I wish I could tell you that I went to Graceland, but this is I found this at Goodwill for like $1 many years ago. So somebody went to Graceland in 2009. Uh, I have no desire to go to Graceland. I know that sounds really weird, but I wouldn't mind taking a picture in front of the Graceland gates. That I would love because I think that would be neat. That's right, pot. Yeah, you said pot. Yeah, you've seen the Vinyl Richie clips too, huh? Yeah, I think he's got a half a dozen of them out there now. Old stuff too. I was like, and some of it, I'm like, I've never seen this before. See, Groovy Lisa's got 1,300. Richie's new vids are amazing. Vinyl Richie's VC live stream episodes have been great. The Brother Brian, I saw some of the Brother Brian footage. Good old Double B. You know, I remember being I tripped on Brother Brian back when he was playing the cool records. You know, he'd play all these things, and I'd be like, whoa, you know. I learned a couple things. Seriously, I did. And And then I don't know when, but it went south for a little while. I'm glad he's doing well. I will say that. Richie's making top quality content. I bet you they do. Seriously. Hi, Nick. My group is very small, but hoping to be able to create new content soon. I thank everyone who has joined my group. I'm going to have to double check to make sure if I did for you or not, Tim, because I'll feel real stupid if I haven't joined your group yet. Hey, Chris, how you doing? I've been having a ball watching him, Nick, the old Invisible Ray. I forgot that Invisible Ray wore that whole mask, and I'm like, this is really old. I said, I've never seen these. They are amusing, to say the least. Chris, Nick, Chris. I enjoyed Goth BB. Yes, with Goth BB, hopefully, I'm hoping she'll come up if she sees this. I kind of told her I was going to be. Yeah, I miss her. I do miss her. Damn it. Hopefully she'll come up today. That would be nice. All right. I don't know. I want to start out. This just came out of the blue to me, and I kind of want to play this for the hell of it. I know it's old, but just I feel like playing it. And then we'll get into the rest of this. Gee, how funny. There's an ad for Cologuard. What Cologuard and Oscar Mayer Delifish have anything to do with each other? I have no clue. I have no clue at all. Hey, everybody's got to piss somewhere. I'm enjoying my. Oh, good. That's right. It came in today. That's good. What, there was Goth Brother Brian? I must have missed this. Yes, good people. Well, I can't get everything right, damn it. I just can't. I try. It doesn't always work that way. Sean, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see you. All right. Oh yeah, definitely Goth Brian. It was epic. I must have missed that episode. Goth Brother Brian is lore, but good look. Damn it! Now I want to see this. I've never. Yeah, damn it! I want to see Goth Brother Brian. I do. Brother Brian, I know you're not watching. Where's the Goth show? I want to see it. I want to see it with my two eyes. But you know what? I'll tell you. Oh, it's 2020? Ah, jeez. Well, you know what? One of the things here, I think, there should be a screening process to get into the VC. Sometimes, I think, to help out, weed out the riffraff from the stellar people that can do these fine videos like we do. And I think the first question on this should be, are you experienced?
If you can just get your mind together, then come on across to me.
James Farley says, don't touch the brown acid while you're listening to this.
And we'll watch the sunrise from the bottom of the sea. But first, are you experienced?
Ow.
Or have you ever been experienced? Well,
Is he? Oh, well. He ought to know. He ought to know. We'll spare ourselves. Anyways, I know. Just got into that. I got in that groove. That's too bad that Jimmy's a no-no on YouTube. I didn't know that. Clapton shit himself when he sold Hendrix. Yeah, no kidding. I think I still have 10 to 15 Hendrix albums. I used to know. Who the hell was it I knew that was a huge Hendrix fan back up in Illinois? He had, my God, I mean, he had so much. It was crazy. Such fantastic records. See, I want to find some mono Hendrix. One time I did find, oh God, it was an OG or OP in this case. God, what was it? It was on a Steamboat Reprise. I couldn't believe it. But it was scratched to holy hell on one side. That's why I didn't get it. If it was cheap, it maybe would have been one thing, but it wasn't. Yeah, Hendrix, you'd think by now, because, I mean, truth be, I mean, Hendrix is always going to be, well, I shouldn't say always going to be popular, but unless there's some hidden treasure trove that we don't know about, I think all you're going to get now is live stuff, because I think, what was it, his sister Janie was interviewed. This was within the last couple of years, and I think they pretty much admitted that they scraped the bottom of the barrel on any of the studio stuff, unless there's some hidden tapes squirreled around somewhere. It would be really funny, and I mean, I know it. Nobody probably taped it, but if there was a audience recording from one of the handful of the 1967 tour where he opened for the Monkees, and the fans were screaming for Davy, and Jimmy got all pissed. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Hendrix. That's cool that he's a big Hendrix fan. This is gonna get me now for the rest of the show up in Illinois, because I used to hang around a handful of people vinyl wise. Who the hell is a Hendrix fan? THC took the memory. Always liked the album Cry of Love and those later tracks like Dolly Dagger and Easy Rider. There's some good stuff. Definitely, indeed. Let me get some more coffee. It's like I need that. None of you people leave, and we'll start explaining today's title. How about that? Her coffee with an antacid chaser. I believe it or not, I don't take Tums. If it gets really, really bad, I take what I call Pepto pills, and that'll usually knock out about at least 75% of it. Say there, everybody. Super Sugar Crisp is a road to coffee. Cry of Love with his coolest album. I think Dolly Dagger, definitely Belly Button Window. Okay. So, for today anyway, the other side on the road to freedom. This is some record finds. They're not recent, but they're stuff within the last few months that I picked up at decent cheap prices, like $1 or $2. And I thought I'd share them anyway. Now, this first one here, they were from a famous 60s Chicago area band, which when they broke up in 1970, this duo carried on pretty much through the whole, most of the 70s, to be honest. Yeah, Cheap Finds. Cannot screw up with Cheap Finds, that's for sure. Freedom and Isabella are great tracks too. Yes, Fred, Belly Button Window was great. Those tracks that would have made his next studio album. Can't get enough of this Sugar Crisp. Yeah, Seals and Croft are on sale again. But not Seals and Croft. Tefano and Gimmeries. Now, I know you're like, who the hell are these two people, right? Here's the front. Here's the back. See, it looks like this is in reverse. Tefano and Gimmeries is Dennis Tefano and Carl Gimmeries from the Buckinghams. That's right. When the Buckinghams broke up in 1970, these guys pretty much stayed together. They went out to California for a while. They bumped into Lou Adler and ended up on Ode Records. This one here is from 1977. It is a promo copy. It's Epic/Ode. And I wanted to play, which was one of the more played tracks back then. And remember, is that Jesus giving you the finger? Could be. Just depends on what finger. That's the problem. Summer breeze drifting away. Nice avatar. Sugar Bear was cool, you betcha. All right. Anyways, I present to you. And 1977, I think this definitely was one maybe that was disco tinged. I actually do kind of remember a little bit of airplay on this in Chicagoland radio, but it's called You're the One. Let's see if you guys like it or not.
When I see you, it's like sunshine. It makes me feel so fine. When you're around, I wanna take you in my arms. I wanna make you mine. When I see you every morning, it brings me through the day. I think about the way you looked at me. Don't ever change your way. 'Cause the love shines for you. You're my kind, my love shines on you. Baby, don't you know when I'm near you, I get this feeling. I give you all my time. Do you know how much you mean to me? I leave it all behind. When I'm near you, I get this feeling. Nothing gonna change my mind. You are the answer. You're all I need. I'm gonna keep on trying. 'Cause your love shines for you. You're my kind, my love shines on you. Baby, don't you know you're the one I think about every day that goes by. You're the one I can't live without. I want you here by my side. You're the one. You're the one. so fine. When you're around, I wanna take you in my arms. I wanna make you mine. 'Cause the love shines for you. You're my kind, my love shines on you. Baby, don't you know? You're the one. You're the
That's right. From 1977, You're the One off of Defano and Gimmer's The Other Side. Now, that would be the last solo album that those guys would do in the 70s. They would do session work for the remainder of the decade. And then in Chicago, there was a big festival that was around from 1979 to 82 called Chicago Fest. I remember hearing I was unfortunately too young to be able to go to these things, which is not fair because I would have loved to have seen the hundreds of acts that there were for those 3 years, even though they streamlined it more by 82. 79 and 80 were the more bigger ones, I guess, and then it would go so far. Needless to say, 1980, Jane Byrne, of all people, who was the mayor of Chicago, the first female mayor of Chicago, asked, hey, can we get the Buckinghams? There was big list, and so they got 3/5 of the original lineup back to do this stuff. And oh my, well, I'll be fine. Blood, the BC is just a construct of our imagination with many branches, some that need to be pruned. For some people's pruning, that would be known as a vasectomy, which no VC vasectomy here, gang. I hear you, B-sides. Hey, Double T. I've sent you a still. Oh dear God! Hang on a minute. I gotta see this. Okay. I don't know if you could see this. So I guess this was Goth Brother Brian. Not making fun of you, Brother Brian. Just showing this. So there you go. Now you can say that you've seen Goth Brother Brian. Thanks, Double D. I appreciate that a lot. Out of all honesty. Yes, the Buckinghams did have 5 top 20 hits in a row back in 1967, which was crazy. And, in Chicagoland, they were definitely top 5 stuff. Here's one of them. See, that's funny that you unintentionally segued into where I was going next. One of my favorite songs. All right. The mono album version of Hey Baby. It's horrible watching geriatric versions of your teenage heroes go up on stage. Yeah, I mean, I said this yesterday, and I will continue to say this. It would have been proper if Sharon and Ozzy wouldn't have been such greedy little bastards back in 2013, okay? Given Bill a decent contract, and yeah, I did hear about the health problems, okay? But somehow that could have been worked around. I just do. At least the 2013 album 13, you would have had all 4 original members, the classic lineup, and worst comes to worse, hire the second drummer, if Bill's having an off night or he does partial sets, whatever. That's how it should have been over 10 years ago. Then you wouldn't have had what we ended up having. Now, I'll admit, I'm glad to see all 4 of them back on stage, okay? Did I think the concert was great? I got to admit, I've been watching clips. I really wasn't exactly impressed. I I just don't like it. It was a money grab from, it just smacked of money grab. I'm sorry. Okay. I love Black Sabbath. I love Ozzy Solo, but that's what I feel about it. They were already geriatric when I was in my teens, so no shade from here. Well, I get that. Okay. I do get that. Dang it, I lost my place. If you want to come on up, that'd be great. It is, but overall, we knew it had to come to an end. And yeah, but like I said, it should have been 20 years ago. They should have done this proper. But here's my weird request, right? So now that it's over, and we all know that there's going to be some kind of release coming out, probably, will it be ready for holiday season this year? I don't know, or at least early 26. Damn it, Sab, can you get back in the studio and do 2 new songs like you did for Reunion back in 98? Now, I want to key up something here if I can find it. Now, I've played Sab before on here, and yeah, here we go. This is the last known attempt. Okay. This is live. This is live, all 7.5 minutes of it. Now, yesterday's show, I brought up that in for 2001 they recorded a new song live. Double D, one thing's for sure, I bet Goth BB was considerably hotter unless you're into Scary Hairy Men. Goth Beetle Babe will always be hotter. There was something special in those. You betcha. Yeah, that's right. You did do the Goth Beetle Babe last October, and we loved it. Yes, we did. I wouldn't go that far, David. Sitting in a chair, just retire. They already, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sean. That's about the right words. Yeah, Sharon needs the money. I hated Sharon. I always hated Sharon. Wear it, dear, and wear it proudly. But Fred, their shoes look so comfortable. I did hear about that. I did not see the clip, but I did hear about that. I never even knew who Youngblood was till that day. And I can't remember. Maybe it was Motley Crue. Maybe was it Motley Crue gang, the band that wanted the money for being there? I don't know. Or was it Megadeth? I don't know. Sharon threw eggs at Motley. They never would have been. Oh, that's true. Didn't she throw eggs at Iron Maiden too? Well, they got their $30 from me. Oh, you see, you did do the stream. I only found out about the streaming option, I don't know if I would have done it, but I found the streaming option while I was at work, so it would have been pointless. Anyways, so I want to play for you. This is from 2001, live at Ozfest, the last attempt of a new song, and it's called Scary Dreams. Yeah, this is true, Nick. Mm. Hmm. Ooh, maybe. That'd be nice. This is true. Sharon Arden, Don Arden's daughter. Yeah, I'd be curious too. But all of you would know you would pay. I would. Just teasing. I'll go stop, Fred. You know how we always used to go, let me see your fucking hands. Oh, we all would. We all pretty much would. Yeah. And women. Can't discount the women. Nice. Oh, stop. So I don't know. What do you people think of this? I mean, like I said, this is the last new output that Sabbath really ever did. Amish OnlyFans. Nice. You betcha. Scary Dreams from 2001 Live Ozfest.
That sounded like a jam session.
Yeah, like I said, probably the last new thing that the Sabbath ever did in that lineup. That's for sure.
Mm.
How you doing, Ron?
Doing well, doing well. I picked up some CDs yesterday.
Oh, good. Let's take a peeky at what you found.
All right, let's see. So I got 9 CDs. 6 of them are Christian.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of Seventh Time Down.
No, you got me on that.
They play them on Christian radio. They're they're Christian rock. They got some harder stuff too, but no. Let's see. Guardian's third album, Miracle Mile,
Okay, I've heard of Guardian.
still has that glam metal sort of sound. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this one surprised me. Leviticus. I've never owned anything from Leviticus before.
Oh, okay.
But they're on the Pure Metal label, and they're kind of they've got, let's see, the lead singer has like a Michael Sweet sort of vibe going on. He has that that high pitched thing. He uses it sparingly though on this album. This is like their 4th or 5th album. I forget where they're from, but it's definitely not America though. But this is a good what was this called? Setting Fire to the Earth. So about
Nice.
89.
Before she escapes me. Yes. You know what? I'm telling you, I know. Do you not realize how many people love you out there in the VC land? And you know what? Normally I wouldn't interrupt somebody else and say, but I know how diva-like you are, and you rarely ever want to stick around, And you slept, you and me, we took, you all right? Did you sneeze? You're not going to puke on me, are you? No? Okay. Anyways. So, okay, I had a feeling that was going to be enough from you. Okay, yes, continue, please. Sorry.
All right.
Look, a squirrel. No,
squirrel. This one really surprised me. High Gear from White Cross, High Gear.
Now there's
this
a
is
name
like their
forever.
I know they had that kind of, their first album had that kind of Great White and Rat sort of sound to it, but with God honoring lyrics.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, puke on Paul, kitty, puke on Paul.
On the Star Song label, but
Nice.
They're good. This killer album. Let's see, and a couple heathen titles here. Judas Priest's Nostradamus.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's a fantastic double. I don't know why this album gets the hate it gets, but
It's true.
it's a long listen because it's 2 full-length albums. It's a double album, but it's a fantastic album there. Oh, what was the other one?
That would be cool, Sean. Find the 7-inch for Evil Woman. That's the track that was only on the British version of the first Sabbath album,
Oh,
which
yeah.
if I remember correctly was a cover from Crow.
Yeah, the band Crow.
Yep.
Yep. Rated X, and check out this lineup.
Oh,
You got
okay.
Jolyn Turner on vocals. You got Tony Franklin on bass, who's one of my absolute favorite bass players. He plays a fretless bass.
Yes.
You might know Tony Franklin from The Firm.
That's the only time I remember hearing Tony Franklin was the Firm. Wasn't he also in Blue Murder?
Blue Murder, yep.
There we go.
That just hit me, along with Carmine Appice.
Oh,
so
wow.
You got 2/3 of Blue Murder in
Ooh.
this. This kind of has a Rainbow sort of sound to it, maybe like a little heavier version of Rainbow, but good stuff.
I may have to seek that out.
Yeah, it's self-titled. I never heard of it before. But
What year is that?
2014, and it's on Frontline Records.
Wow.
So
okay.
it's a pretty big label. Frontline has been big. Shoot, now I can't remember though. There was another one here somewhere. Oh well. I guess that was it. There was another one, but I can't remember now. I shouldn't have put them away so quick.
That's okay. I remember seeing something on a Facebook feed, something about Bloodgood. I cannot remember if it's an art release or what. If it's something new coming out. Well, let's see here. I'm typing something in, considering that. Well, somebody brought this up, and I figure, well, you know what? I haven't played this in quite some time, so let me set this up. I don't even know where Baymont is. All right. Let's play this.
Aunque te asombre, tú y yo nos diferenciamos muy poco.
Your eyes, you've been filling me up full of lies.
My whole will not change your games with me.
That's right. She went back in her coffin
with the boobs sticking out.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Those
I'm
foreign
hearing
cinema.
echo. I might need to put these on.
Okay.
So the scene with her with the beard automatically made me think of Spaceballs. I'm the bearded lady. What are you? One of the freaks? So Loser List asked if I had any more DRI. I guess he saw the DRI thing up there, and I've got about 5 of them. So DRI crossover.
Oh, there you are. I'm like, how did I miss that? There it is. Yeah.
Crossover 1987.
There's that better?
Four of a Kind 1988.
Seems better to me.
Yeah, that's better. And Thrash
I'm
Zone.
still hearing echo.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
It's not me.
Yeah, and it's not me. I don't hear echo on the broadcast.
I'm an idiot. It wasn't the headphones. I had the. Oh my god! I background and forgot. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Don't need the headphones.
Yes, very different from Evil Woman.
Yeah, I would say.
So how you been?
About how you'd expect.
Yeah, like I said, I keep praying for everything.
Thank you.
Yep.
I
I always
appreciate
like those song titles on the first Sab album, Behind the Wall of Sleep and IB, basically Sleeping Village. Interesting. Before I forget, I went through, Sleeping Village. That'd be like Permanent Siesta, Siesta Fiesta. Before I forget, I got to finish the rest of the title. So we did The Other Side, right? So On the Road to Freedom, which kind of has this is an unexpected Beatle connection. We got this. But I'm telling you now, if you've never heard this album, go hear
Never heard
it.
of it.
On the
I
Road
have
to
it.
Freedom, huh?
I have it. Yep.
Yep, November 1973. Here's the front, here's the back, and this is a gatefold. And I'm telling you, this is one of the, I think, truthfully, one of the coolest records that I've ever heard. Now, this is on Columbia here, but it was, if I remember correctly, in the UK, it was on Chrysalis. I could be wrong on that, but needless to say, Myron Lefevre, who, of course, as we know, he was later, he was a born-again Christian, and I mean, the Lefevre family was one of the biggest gospel families of the 50s and 60s and 70s, maybe. And wasn't it White Hart? Right? Was it Myron Lefevre and White Hart?
He was in a band called Broken Heart. White Heart was
Broken Heart. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, basically, I'm going to make myself small here. We're going to play now. This song here has got George Harrison on it. It also happens to be George's song too, and it's called "So Sad, No Love of His Own."
Never heard of that one.
Yes. Hang on a minute. Where the hell is it? Did I not do that? Okay. I miscued myself. I'm going to play this track first. This one here is called Fallen Angel off of that album. And all over this album, here's the other people you get. Now, George is on some of this album, but we know that he's at least on So Sad, right? But the rest of the album, you've got Ron Wood, Steve Winwood, Boz Burrell, Jim Capaldi, Mick Fleetwood, and others. Now, basically, you've got most of Traffic is backing him on this, okay, which is kind of cool. So listen to Fallen Angel first, and I will pull up So Sad. I don't know why I did that. I miscued myself.
Did everything freeze?
Yeah, it looks like Paul.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was my end or not. So I was like, wait,
Yeah.
no, my stuff looks like it's working.
Yeah, I was waiting a second to see it. I was waiting for Paul to move, but
Yeah.
he's frozen up.
Itself is pretty damn good. Unfortunately, they were going to do a second one, and then there was a couple things that went wrong, and next thing you know, Alvin Lee's back in 10 years after again. So that was I guess just a respite, if you will. But yes, you definitely can hear the slide on that.
Right,
That's for
why I
sure.
was asking if he was on it or if it was somebody doing a really good imitation.
So usually when it comes to collaboration records like that, I have trouble deciding who to file it with. But since I file my solo artists by last name, Lee and Lefevre are right next to each other. So I can just put that album right in between.
See,
So
there you
that
go.
made it easier for me.
There you go. I remember listening to Lefevre's music. I remember for some reason I found that stuff dirt cheap.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. It's just but the thing is I don't find too much anymore of what they would call CCM stuff. Well, maybe I'll find the occasional Petra, or I'm just not into the newer stuff. I think the '90s was like the last time I really listened to anything, but of course, yeah, 10 years after Solomon, 71 with Wishbone Ash open. Oh my God, that would have been a great double bill. I love Wishbone Ash. I'd put it under A. What you got
Hey.
there?
So I found this dirt cheap. 1979, Rock and Roll
Mhm.
Resurrection, Mylon
Yes.
Lefevre. This was my introduction to him. I knew he was a Christian singer, but the cover says rock and roll, but the music is way not rock and roll.
Mm,
So I bought it for the cover, and I was a little
Yep.
bit disappointed, but yeah.
I remember seeing that one myself. I can't remember if I bought it or anything, but definitely, like I said, I tried to get into the. I don't know. I'm just more of a big fan of the '70s and the '80s and the early '90s Christian music. If I'm going to go that way with it, my first concert. Well, let's see. So, I've mentioned before that my first rock concert originally was supposed to be Elvis back in '77, and that didn't happen. Then the next thing you know is my first concert was supposed to be Led Zeppelin in November of '80, and of course that didn't happen. So then, then with the U2 opening for Echo and the Bunnymen in Chicago, that was my first concert. The second concert that I ever went and saw was Petra opening for Servant in a high school gym. Now, I'm like, I loved Petra. I never even heard of either of these bands before. And Petra just really, I got into them. And for some reason, Servant, the whole thing with Servant was, I guess maybe being that I was about 13, 14 years old, I really just, with the whole showing of the starving African children and everything, and they really kind of just, I thought, went overboard. But I got to talk to Petra, like in between. Yeah, because I went to the merch table. Oh, see, yeah, you got
You brought it to mind. I remember.
I've got that one.
Yeah,
and
a little bit later when they were doing like their more hard rock stuff. This is my era from This Means War, like '86, through the mid '90s when they were doing the more like hard rock, style. I wouldn't exactly call them metal, but especially the On Fire album. On Fire is a great album cover, but like definitely great like Christian hard rock there. I think they kind of yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna play a Petra double for a minute here. Me and Grand Funk Railroad '71 first rock concert with opener Blood Rock. That's another.
Damn.
That's another. Yeah. Yes, DOA. What a song. What a oh man. From Texas, Blood Rock is. So this song, and I'll admit, this is maybe the only song that when I heard it that first time, it made me weep. And then once in a while, it'll still make me do it because it's a beautiful song. Oop, that's not the button. A beautiful song. Sorry, Ron. A beautiful song.
That's okay.
And one of these days, I'll figure all this shit out. But from 1981's Never Say Die album, because that was the tour they were doing, was the Coloring. Okay. Maybe it's horrible for you, but bottom shelf. All right.
That album cover is super cool, though. I love that album cover.
Yes, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember which band member I talked to a couple of them, and they were all nice. If I had money, I would have bought the dang thing, but I was kind of poor back then. Yeah, at least at that moment. So then we go to the next one, which was one of the songs on the album that you were showing, Beyond Belief. And this is one that, like I said, I'm surprised that the Music Lawyers didn't come after But then I heard that supposedly Bruce Kulick knew about this. Yeah. Seen and not heard. They did. I can't believe they got away with that. It's like, first time I heard it, I'm going, wait a minute. Now, this is John Schlitt era. He was the original lead singer of Head East from the 70s. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, I love Head East. And John's been with them now on and off between the Petrie reunions and the Head East. He's been gigging with them again for a while. Well, what can we say? Well, there is some other good stuff like Striper, Early Trouble, stuff like that.
Trouble. Oh yeah.
Blood Good.
Yeah, Barren Cross.
Yep. I've got a Barren Cross. I only ever found one. It was so cheesy. That cover was so cheesy. It was something for the King. That's the one I got.
Rock for the King. That was
That's
the first
it.
one. Rock for the King.
Yeah. That's the only one I got. And I was like, I found it for like $1 in a box, and I'm going, oh God. I said, this. I don't care if this is lousy. Just the cover itself.
Yeah.
Love me some devil lettuce.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
That's right, from 1990, Beyond Belief, Seen and Not Heard, which did they borrow part of a melody line from a Kiss song? You bet they did. And
Sounds pretty similar.
Bruce Kulick found out about this, and I guess somehow the band knew, but like no did anything. I know. Gene Simmons, you figure Mister would go and sue everybody. I think he was just like, Another thing is, in an early version of Petra, I think during the Greg Volz era, or maybe slightly before, there was a future member of King's X. Yes, another band that doesn't get enough love. Started in Petra. So, I mean, they They were another one that is a stomping ground. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns.
Man.
And I hate to say this, but the second, what was it? Show that.
Oh, Gretchen Goes to Nebraska.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, from King's X.
Early- Oh no, that was I'm sorry, that was Out of the Silent Planet. There's Gretchen right there.
Oh,
Gretchen right there. Yeah.
I found Gretchen once on vinyl, but it was dang it, Ron, we keep missing the time. Show it again, Ron. Too loud. Okay.
Pull out the first three. There we go.
Oh, so help me God, Ron. So there. All right, there we go. Okay.
There they are.
I didn't know anything about
Nice.
them till Faith, Hope, Love when MTV played. Oh my God, what was the hit off of that?
It was Black something.
It was kind of Beatley, a little jangly, and I liked it.
I can't remember now.
Toby.
Sophie the key.
That's what I'm trying to do, Toby.
Hi,
Come here today. Toby.
Dobie.
Oh, see, I don't know why you will not stick around. Oh, your little heart's beating fast. Come on.
Oh.
Don't have a fast heartbeat. I was just people want to see you for a minute or two. They love you. Someday I'm going to make, and if Psycho ever gets a store, a little shop, I'm going to make Beanie Baby size Tobies.
Oh.
Who'd want to buy one of those? Who'd want to buy one of those?
I would.
I bet Toby will want. I know that's Toby. But he's one of the coolest cats. Can you sing Rich Mullins? Okay. No? Okay. I think I need to go listen to devil's music after that. Well, whatever palate cleaner you need. If I'm going to listen to Christian music, then I'm going all the Sing Israel from the Louvin Brothers. Yes.
Oh, that album cover.
That is so funny. Yes, I need Toby merch. Oh, Toby shirts and mugs.
We all need Toby merch.
Yes.
See, a certain individual made an AI picture of me and Toby. I think I shared it with you, Jen. I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah, and I'm like, that would be great for a coffee mug. Would you like me to put you down now? Yeah, I figured. I knew that.
Careful about wording. She might think you mean the other kind.
Ooh, my.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my. No, she's up. See, now now she's smelling mommy's work clothes.
Uh-oh.
Well, mommy's gone for a week, see, so it's like I think she just misses her. She just like meow 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 meow. I'm like she'll be back in a week. In a few days, she'll be back in a few days, cat. I probably would sell some Toby stuff. I'll tell you that.
Oh, absolutely.
And yes, I would give you your money, but it would be in Kitty Foods and Treats because that's what you like. Oh, she perked up. She looked at me. She's like, "What? I could get royalties. I could get royalties. I could get treats. Had some Holy Soldier LPs.
Holy Soldier,
except I don't think I've ever come across any Holy Soldier stuff.
I have the first two. They're both awesome.
I would love to find some 80s, early 90s, like a big cachet of stuff one day. Somebody just decide to dump everything. I'll be like, oh, yes, please. Here's some memory. So Petra Servant, my first Christian concert. Then I got to see Phil Keaggy. Awesome. Okay. Himself. He had something on his guitar that would make it sound like a violin. And I swear to you, I wept during that song because it just hit me. I guess I was a very emotional mid-teener, wasn't I?
That's okay, though.
But so let's see. Larry Norman. Rest in peace, Larry. I'm telling you, he's another one. If you guys don't know who that is, he briefly was in a band that actually was a cult. Of course, he didn't realize when he joined the band. But
I should imagine not.
in 1968, they did cut a top 40, and it was the band People with the song "I Love You." Well, the rest of the band was a cult, and he got out when he found out that stuff. Yeah, so I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know if he's on the whole album or just that 45. But Larry Norman, he made stuff. He made to make you think. And I like stuff like that, I saw a very cool local band back up in Illinois in the mid '80s. They played a big well, I don't want to say church picnic, but it was called Heinz Feet. And I'm telling you, they cooked. I was just like going, what the heck? I said, so yeah, I was into that stuff. I love that stuff. I love the Christian stuff and I love the devil stuff. But I mean, it's all there. I just found out today, actually, concert announcement. I think it's for later in the year. Accept is the opener, and Queensryche is the headliner.
Oh,
and it's in a smaller venue, of course, but I'm trying to think who the hell's left in Queensryche. I think they're down to 2 people, I think, at this point, and I think same for Accept.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I mean, I remember with Accept and Balls to the Wall and Assume the Position, and I'm just like,
well, Accept has the singer
Fast
from
as a
TT
Shark.
Quick.
Yeah.
Paul Shortino from TT Quick, Jersey boy. As far as the rest of the guys, I don't know.
Pay it in Fancy Feast. Piccolina, of course, from one kitty cat to another kitty cat. Yes, I know that. Forget. Yes, people. Great. I love that 45. The original Amon Duel, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, band was a cult. I did not know that. Eventually, there was a split, and they became the krautrock band Amon Duel the second. But that first stuff, I did not know that. Another album. Does this channel operate for free promos for positive comments, or strictly instrumental? It's operating for PayPal's family, friends. I don't know, Arnie Zanzibar. What do you think? Is it live or is it Memorex? I have no damn clue. But so the thing is, though, another album that I've got, and I've showed it before, and I mentioned it on Jukebox from Hell, was Jeremy Spencer and the Children of God. And it was Jeremy Spencer's birthday this week. He turned 77. Yeah. But that Children of God album was never re-released on CD or anything like that. You have to get it like from 72, the vinyl issue, or I don't know if they maybe would have made 8 tracks or cassettes. I highly doubt it. Strange album. And of course that whole Children of God cult.
Strange.
Both in parts.
I see.
Coliseum 1 and Coliseum 2. Hey, I'll be back in a minute. You guys talk, and then we're going to go into the next phase, which of course we try to do it on every show. Why Beatles solo session spotlight, of course. No, we do not need Goth Paul pictures. That's not happening.
Yes, we do. We might need to throw more money at him for that.
Oh boy. He did make me think of kind of going back a subject to the Petra and Kiss. There's another Petra Kiss connection, not as immediate, but they both covered the same Argent song, God Gave Rock and Roll to You. So Petra did it in the 70s, like a year after it was released. And then they did it again in the 80s when they had this kind of new wave sort of sound going on. And then Kiss later on in the 90s did their own version of it.
The more you know.
Yeah. Little more useless nonsense that no one needs to know.
Except for inside of these live streams, in which case that is exactly where this was useful.
There you go. Perfect. So Bill says, what's your favorite Queensryche album? Mine is The Warning from '84, their first full length. They had the EP before that, and then they had The Warning.
Vinyl Dreamscape says, cool Ozzy shirt. BB, Ozzy was my first concert ever. Punch Up Lucky. Nice. I never got to see him live.
Me either. No Ozzy, no Sabbath.
Yeah. But my best friends offered me a ticket to Ozfest in, I think, 2002 or somewhere thereabouts. My mom wouldn't let me go.
Oh.
And I don't let her live it down ever. So. Like, see, you should have let me go to that.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, yeah, I didn't want you corrupted. I'm like, yeah, but I was the one who was the bad influence, not her. You had it backwards.
Oh, my favorite Queensryche song, Bill, or my favorite song on The Warning? Because if it's on The Warning, it's the title track. But my favorite Queensryche song, oh my goodness, that's a tough one. It's probably off of Rage for Order. What was it? Chemical Youth.
Nice triple bill
Yeah.
loser list. I love Helix, and
Yeah.
I don't have much Rough Cut, but I definitely like my Accepted.
I have the first Rough Cut album. It's pretty good.
I remember, what was it, for a little while, maybe in the 2010s, they tried having a band called Rough Riot, which was some of Rough Cut and some of Quiet Riot. I'm like, that would have been weird if they would have made a record.
Yeah.
$5 at Goth Paul Pictures. Oh my God, no, it's never gonna happen.
Like I said, they're gonna have to offer you a lot more than $5 for that.
Yes, and
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, the Rough Cut, if I'm right, the Rough Cut's lead singer
yes,
sang on a Quiet Riot album in '88.
QR4.
Crow left. Yeah.
And now we bring this guy from Wyoming, soon to be
boy.
Wisconsin, to the stage.
What's up, Dave?
Yes.
Not much. We got up to 95 today. Ouch.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh, that's toasty.
Oh, that's
But
a
it's
cool
not-
day here in Florida.
Yeah.
I bet.
Because when I'm out here where you would think it would be
Ooh.
hot in California, and it's only like 73 here.
Oh,
Wow, I would take
That's
that.
weather.
It's been so
Yeah, I'll definitely
backwards
take
this
that.
year.
Yeah.
Mid 80s. I think it's mid 80s today for me. So, but yeah, all kinds of stuff. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you.
I just wanted to comment. I also did not know John Schlitz from Head East went over to that group Petra.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a strange story, you see, because how he left Head East, in early 80, okay, like I think it was March or April of 80, they went back and did some hometown gigs, and then that was the end. They pretty much, like, 3 members left, and they ended up having their last album, which was called US1, which is a decent album. It's not great, but that was the last major label that they ever had. And so, well, allegedly, John had a substance issue thing, and he became a born-again Christian and became a house painter down in Southern Illinois. And somehow, I cannot remember, I want to say it was Bob Hartman from Petra. Somehow, because he always liked the Head East sounds, he's like, and then he heard about the Born Again, he's like, And so one day he calls him, he goes, "Hey, would you be interested?"
Cool.
Greg left.
That was right around the same time Kerry Livgren from Kansas became
Yeah.
Born Again.
Oh yeah.
Started doing his own stuff. He had his first actually Ronnie James Dio sings a couple songs on Kerry Livgren's first solo album.
That's right.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. That is right. Hang on a minute. I'm so whore. Yeah,
Hey, Ryan, Paul, and Jen.
yeah.
You probably know this is some trivia for you. What movie was Kisses God Made Rock and Roll from?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, that's in
offhand.
Wayne's World. Isn't that in Wayne's World?
I thought it was Beavis and Butthead second. No, I meant
Bill and Ted's.
Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
mhm.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Yeah, I knew what it
Oh, I
was.
haven't seen that in forever.
Bill and Ted goes.
Yeah,
goes to
I know.
movie. Second movie, yeah.
I briefed John. I had a chance to talk to Brad Gillis about him being an 82, and boy, I'll tell you, he said that was a ride. He was glad that he was back. You know, I mean, Ozzy wanted to keep him, and Brad went off, and he's like, "Look, I've got this band named, you know, one of the things was for him to be able to go. He goes, I've got this band called Ranger. He goes, and it looks like we might have a deal, and that's why he left." You know, and that's how, of course, Jake got in, and Jake got royally screwed. I'm glad that Jake got to perform a couple songs on that show over in 58 degrees here in Eureka.
Well, we've got me sandwiched between Lisa down in LA, Bill's up in Eureka. I'm smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, you said sandwiched.
Beavis and Butthead, what's the difference? Yeah.
Here you go, kids. The only time that you're going to get,
There
he
you
did
go.
two tracks on this 1980 on Kirshner Records. It's on Don Kirshner Records. Kerry Livgren's Seeds of Change, Mask of the Great Deceiver. The only time you're ever going to get Ronnie James Dio on a Christian album. And here's some evidence.
That's a 7.5 minute track too.
Oh, yeah, gang. Kerry Livgren with Ronnie James Dio. Yes, Betty Ford.
I had forgotten Dio was on that until I heard them. Oh yeah, I guess he was. Huh? It's like I grew up hearing this. I didn't even question that.
I used to see the wrestler Virgil, oh boy, at the dog track and wheeling all the time. Why am I not surprised about that? It was Virgil.
Is that right?
He'd go anywhere. Virgil would go anywhere with his little table to try to sell things.
Oh, really?
Yes. Dave, did you manage to pick up anything interesting this past week?
Not really, fortunately.
Not really. Okay. I thought I'd give you the option before we go into what we're going to do next. We're going to commit foreplay. Yeah, that's right. Oh boy, I'm horrible. For Beatles solo session spotlights. Yes,
Oh,
four
Beatles
tracks.
foreplay, even better.
Beatles foreplay. That's what it is.
Sounds like
Any-
the shit I write.
Ew.
Sorry.
Hey, wait a minute. Whose is that? Anyways, yipes. So the first one here from 1972, Elephant's Memory. Now, Elephant's Memory, they were John Lennon's backing
Yeah.
band, of course,
Yeah,
for all
cool,
those things.
mhm.
But Elephant's Memory did end up getting an album. Now, John produced the whole album, but John is not on all the album. Okay.
Okay.
So we're playing here a track called Crying Black Sheep Blues. Yes, where John is on guitar and, well, Yoko's buried in there somewhere. Yeah. Okay.
Almost sounded like Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that.
I've never looked up heard this band music either, to be honest with you.
I've heard a little bit of it.
They did do an album before Apple Records on Buddha, but that didn't go anywhere either.
Yeah.
How you doing, Richard?
James.
Mongoose. Yeah, I think that's off of that Buddha one, if I'm right.
Cool, Bill. Cool. Oh, I got
Yeah,
one.
very cool.
I've only had one Iron Maiden album so far.
What do you see, Toby? What? You find a fly?
You
Yep.
won't like it very much.
Yeah, she found a fly. She's like batting around with it.
Oh, my last dog actually. She used to chase them until the day she actually caught one, and
Mhm.
we thought she was gonna eat it. And next thing we know, she's spitting it out like
Yeah.
it tastes like steak. Never chased one
No,
again.
Richard. Not today. Yeah, I don't know what it is with pets and bugs.
I don't know. It's very strange.
Richard James can't spell my name right. It's T-A-V-E.
I caught that.
Yeah.
He always does that.
You should come up for a little bit, Donley, if you got the time.
So David Dowling was interviewed by
I know he's busy.
last Sunday.
What was that?
I forgot his name. He was on a.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I saw that too.
Why am I the only one who doesn't know?
You're not alone. You're not alone.
My God, I forgot who it was. It was an interview.
Yeah, an interview.
Who the heck was it?
He's in California. Shoot, I have to look that up. I forgot his nickname on Sunday. Yeah.
No, I was busy watching the Aussie thing on Sunday, so.
Oh, cool. No problem. Oh, Marty. Yeah,
Like,
Marty
when
in
you
Oregon.
really-
Marty
Oh,
Lujalith. Marty in Oregon, yeah. Interviewed him Sunday.
Oregon, California, same thing.
Yeah, I guess they're okay band. I don't know their music.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There you go. Elephant's Memory 1972. I do not know or remember what exactly was the falling out between John and Yoko and Elephant's Memory after 72. Because
I'm not
they
sure
only,
I ever heard what it was.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe John was just like, oh, that's enough of that. Let's go
Could
work
be.
on another one. Here's another one. This one, 1971. Yes, 1970. Marty in Oregon. That's right. Yes. I was watching that. Good. That was a good interview. I
I'm
like
not gonna
Marty.
look that up.
I like Marty. Yes, thank you. What was it? I was watching. Well, okay. I shouldn't be bringing this up, but I'm going to anyway. I watched the replay. I watched the replay of Ghost 2. Where a certain individual behaved themselves for 75% until the last few minutes.
Do I want to know who?
Oh,
Is it the usual suspect?
yes.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to go look, aren't I?
This definitely goes down to the well. Thank you very much. All we're missing, yes. Well, yes. Yes. So this next one here from 1971. This guy here, he really was kind of a relative unknown, but then a few years later would land in a band called Splinter, which of course George would end up being more involved in. But in this case, we're talking about 1971, and we are talking about Bill Elliott with "God Save Us." Yes, boy, do we need a lot of saving, that's for sure. Here, guys. It was Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott was supposed to be there. Anyways, rumor was going around it was Jellyfish, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, see, we got the Boomtown Bats. We got Jellyfish. We've got, I don't know. I give up on that. All right. So
Bats I like.
Yes. But you know what? Thank God that that concert wasn't on a Monday because they wouldn't have done it because they don't like Mondays. So, or at least it wasn't held in the Banana Republic. See, I could throw references all for the day. All right. So this last one, there's a connecting factor, but not a connecting factor. The last two tracks of the session spotlight of the foreplay is from 2001. And we played one of the tracks for the Ringo birthday, 85th birthday bash. We did. It was a different one.
Okay.
So we go back to June 2001. All right. Yeah. And I got to find a copy of this CD. Okay. I saw it once and then I haven't seen it since. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Well, let me see what it is.
Mm-hmm. And so ELO and their Zoom LP, which was yeah, I mean, basically by that point, Richard Tandy is only on one track, I found out. So basically it's Jeff's show. Now because he now owned the name completely, he bought the other half from Bev Bevan. All right. After in the 90s, they had the ELO Part 2.
Right.
And Bev must have needed the money and went and sold his half to Jeff. And that's how Jeff got control, was able to put out the Zoom album with the ELO hamburger logo. Some people like calling it that, and other things. Yes, June 2000. I graduated high school in 2001. It was Venom. That's right, Venom. Arthur Lee and the Doves. Yes, like I said, P.U. Pinchloaf was trying to get opening on the Scorpions gig in Germany for their 60th anniversary. Even Priest was over with Scorps in Germany that night. And of course, who else was playing the UK? Oasis. So it was like no matter what, you were going to get full of music somewhere, right? So so George and Ringo are both on this album, but not together. They're not playing together, which is weird on this. Yes, Beth Bevan was in Sabbath for a while. In fact, it was the Born Again tour because Bill flaked out like early in the tour because everyone else was drinking. So he was trying to get, he couldn't do it. He had he had a meltdown in Denver, if I remember correctly. And they had to call Beth Bevan, and that's why he's in the Trashed video and he's in all the videos for anything to have to do with Born Again. I think Born Again is a damn good record, honestly. I heard it's getting its remaster or remix or whatever, and I'm like, finally, I'm going to be curious to hear about this, but it's going to be so weird not having that muddy sound. I'll be like, oh, it's clear.
Yeah. It's almost that the muddy sound is what makes it a good album. Like, people complain about the production on that, but sometimes the lack of production is what gives it its flavor.
Yes. So for presenting track one of two of the tracks from ELO Zoom, we are going to do George first, and it's called.
You're gonna do George first.
Yeah, it's called A Long Time Gone. A Long Time Gone with him on slide
30.
So for 2001 with George Harrison, one of his last
sort of looks like the spaceship from the Out of the Blue cover.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they were going for.
I'm telling you, it looks like a toilet seat.
That's not.
Yeah, that thing on the right-hand side is like
Toby
a hinge, isn't it? It's like the hinge.
Manhole cover sounds very dirty. Okay, so I got to tell you guys something. I'm sorry.
No, I've always thought Deadwax got a point though, because I always thought that there should be like a gay heavy metal band called Manhole.
That'd be hilarious. They could open for P.U. Pinchloaf. Manhole was the band that was supposed to be on the Ozzy thing, and Manhole didn't make it. Oh God, could you imagine like a song called "He's a Manhole Eater"? Anyway, so the thing is that gross.
There is a band with that name.
With Manhole? Oh Lord.
Really?
Yeah, they're based out of Kansas.
One of the album. Oh God, one of the is a certain individual a member of that band. So since it's in Kansas.
No.
So, so the thing is, could you imagine if one of the album titles was "Fire in the Hole"? One of their tours was sponsored by Preparation H. So the thing is that I remember though. So my late wife, she used to go off and go. Well, she put on the shopping list Mickey Mouse manhole covers, and I'm going. I had to call her. And I'm going, what is a Mickey Mouse manhole cover? And she sends me a picture of the maxi pants. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing into the phone. I said, I have never heard that in my whole life. And so, whenever I have to like deal with that stuff, when nobody's in the aisle, I'll go, ha! Mickey Mouse manhole covers, and then stick it right on the shelf. In the manhole cover, yes. There's there is a toilet flushing at the end of White Punks on Dope by the Tubes. That's right. Followed by the audio of a Japanese rope commercial. That's true. That's true. I shat myself. But now the question.
Is that a statement or a song that she?
I'm not positive.
Maybe I was going to say
all of the above, possibly.
No, that was the beginning of the sentence. I think she meant to say, "I shat myself in the manhole cover."
But back to this though. But here's the thing though. Okay, she shat the sheriff, but she didn't shat the deputy. Oh, see?
That was painfully bad.
Shut the front door.
What Bob Marley would think of that. Bob
Oh
Marley.
God. Still Kmart. I shipped my pants. But we're glad. Okay, so listen, Mr. Donnelly, you are so
Yeah.
busy. You are one of the busiest people I know in the whole
Yeah.
entire VC. You were just. So you're in the middle of a session again.
Yeah, I'm doing some solo, some sort of noodly, widdly nonsense.
Oh, nice, nice.
Sometimes
There's
people
nothing wrong.
want me to, I mean, sometimes I play, like through a whole album or something, and sometimes it's just a track, and then sometimes it's just, could you do the guitar solo on this? And that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've just got to come up with something nice and dynamic, and they're coming to have a listen to it tomorrow. So it better
Wow.
Oh,
No
wow.
pressure.
Well, I've got a couple I'm kind of happy with, but I'm never happy.
True mark of an artist.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know. I had to.
From Shaft, yeah.
Shit. Right on.
God.
I
had forgotten, Paul, what a highbrow program this is.
I am so glad we're the way we are, and why?
Apologize. I bring the IQ level down at least 50 points every time I come on.
I did notice that you'd only been on for about 8 seconds before someone says, "Oh, bounce up and down." Yeah, well, that went well.
Oh yeah.
That went well last time, didn't it?
And the time before that.
We
No,
try.
Peter Babe, as far as I'm concerned, you treated us and people fucked
Yes.
it up, so you stopped treating us.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
I couldn't
right.
even lie. The stop. The tumor is literally right under my boob, and it fucking hurts. That's
Oh.
why I'm not bouncing. Okay. Okay.
Aw.
Oh.
So be respectful, people. She can't do it.
Yeah.
You
Like
gotta
I
Go back
said,
to-
I'll be in pain if I do it. I'd rather not.
Go back to
Yeah.
old videos if you're that demented.
All right. It's like wait long enough. I'm sure I'll be able to again one day. This ain't the day. It's gonna be a while. So.
Yeah, you're gonna be all right, Trooper.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right. That's
I'll be
right.
fine.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
dare mess with you.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
this is
ashamed
too
I
good.
didn't come up with that one.
Metal Machine Homage. There you go.
Oh,
Yes,
God,
Lou
yeah.
Reed.
You know, this is one thing that I had a sort of comedic sort of one to what set to with Mazzy once, because I just said, surely
Oh my God.
surely Metal Machine music by Lou Reed is the most pointless remaster ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why would you remake? Can you imagine the poor remastering engineer that had to sit and just listen to that, like 4 sides of just feedback and
That's a good point, David. Yeah.
I need to find that though for Jukebox from Hell. That one and
Oh, that
Lulu.
was actually happening.
And then,
I got-
and then Mazzy was showing the sort of, the limited edition, coloured vinyl record store day version. I was going, you
Oh, yeah.
fucking joking? Who's going to spend $60 on that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not spending
Yeah.
that. I'll get the original. It's got to be $5 box somewhere.
Oh
But
yeah, everyone should.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have a copy just to freak people out.
Yeah,
get rid of your neighbors.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to
I
put
know.
things like Perubu on, just to elicit someone going,
Peru, but that's a
"What
neat
is this?"
band. Yeah.
He took a walk on the wild side, Tim. That's what he did.
Have you heard? Has anyone on the panel heard of the Suburban Lawns?
No.
I don't think
I've
so.
heard the name, but I haven't heard the music.
There's a video on YouTube, which is Janitor Live, and it is the thing that what you want to do is you just want to pop it on when no one's expecting it, and then just wait
Oh boy.
for how long it takes someone to go, "What is this?"
Yeah, I bet.
It's the weirdest thing. It's
Wow.
the singer's a woman called Sue Tissue. Don't know why, but she is.
That's pretty strange.
But yeah, Suburban Lawns Janitor with the,
Okay.
the video's got the lyrics on it. I think if you want to treat people, Paul, I'm sure you won't get a copyright strike
I'll have
because
to
I
look
think
that.
it's sold. I think it sold eight copies in 1982 or something.
I remember why Suburban Lawn sounds familiar to me.
Why?
Rebellion Masters. They
Yeah, they're on
reissued that.
Yeah, they're on that.
And I saw the channel because the label's dead. He mentioned his whole entire story. I mean, I've never definitely seen anything like that. And but it's because of that, though. That's why, David. Thank you. And so now everybody could be subjected to this now.
Oh no, this isn't the video. You got to put the video, dude. You got to do the video one.
Damn it! I was trying to be
But
cute.
that in
Now
and
I
of
fucked it up.
itself reminds me of the Twin Freaks cover, though. It looks like it.
Yeah, but there's a video. There is a. Let me.
Damn it! Now I got to figure this out. I was trying to be funny and I failed. Well, that's not the first.
Well, I still think you're funny.
I'm funny looking. Let's see it help.
Let me find.
Yeah, I resemble
Is
that.
it the on-screen lyric one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it. Hang on a minute. Okay. Let's try this again, gang. My bad. I said my bad. All right.
You're back.
How about this?
Janitor on screen lyrics.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Exciting new music.
This-
band.
Oh, look, it looks
this-
like Zach
this-
Sharpie.
This woman has what I can only describe as a unique vocal style.
I'm so excited and terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, I don't think I've heard of this band before.
She looks like she's
12.
14.
Yeah.
You don't know. You've heard things on the show.
I'm sure she doesn't appear to be happy to be there.
No.
I mean,
that
this is
Yoko?
kind of evoking Yoko a little bit.
Wait for the chorus.
The first time it's been said today, it's been accurate.
I'm a janitor. Oh, my genitals.
Gee.
Well, you're not supposed to be putting the toilet brushes and the plungers there. Who told you to do that?
So now I get squeaky clean.
I tell you, I only had to hear this once, and it was in my head for about a week.
Oh no. I'm blaming you if I wake up in the middle of the night with this in my head.
You will be walking around tomorrow going, I'm a janitor. Oh, my genitals. Oh, I'm a janitor.
I'll send the song to some other Facebook, YouTube friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there's a big mystery about her as well. She's just gone missing. She's basically no
Oh,
one
no.
knows where she is. People have tried to find her and stuff like that, but she just disappeared
Uh-oh.
somewhere around 1985.
Maybe I would have too after this.
There's
Right.
a YouTube video. There's a YouTube video that says it's called "Where Is Stu Tissue?" You know, and even the ex-band members have no idea where she is now.
That atom bomb shows you what happens when you don't clean your genitals.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. You can
Holy
thank me. You can
shit.
thank me individually later.
David Donnelly's email address is.
Sending my 17-year-old nephew with this. With no context given.
But don't you just love stuff like that, where the first time you see it, you just think, "What the fuck?" It's just, you know, I can't remember how I stumbled across it, but I think it was. I love those sort of, because New York at that time had cable access, and that's what that was.
Right.
It was just
Oh,
a
yeah.
cable access show, Manhattan Cable or whatever it used to have. Yeah,
I'm not so sure about that. They might.
I think they might. I tell you honestly, it's just, you know, if you listen to it once more, it'll be there forever.
After snorting the Ajax, they might sing that.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Well, you were saying about being busy though, Paul, but the thing is, just to take the glamour off that for a second, I am busy, but the thing is, it's just I think my business is probably the only business that the longer you're in it, the less you earn. It's kind of like, it's now. I have to say yes to just about everything that I get asked to do. I used to be able to sort of pick and choose, and what have you. But it's since since Brexit buggered my touring career, because I can't do more than 30 days in Europe, which is kind of
Oh boy,
that was my bread and butter, basically.
that sucks.
I mean, who goes on a European tour for like 1 month? Very few people.
Yeah, it's like at that point, what's the point of even doing a tour if you're only doing a
Most
month?
of the tours I do are about 5 weeks or something. Like the States is always 5 weeks.
Right.
Cool.
You need a day to get over getting there.
Mhm.
And that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm afraid my life I think the only thing you'll see me doing now is these big one-offs. Like
I'm guilty as charged. I have not gotten it. I am so far behind on his catalog. I feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm not on it, so I'm not plugging something just because
Right.
I'm not on it. It's just fantastic. I mean, every single album that Mark puts out is just slightly better than the last one for me.
That's good.
And the first one was good, and it's but this new one, the stories of Canada and stuff. It's vinyl and CD, really, really good. So that's my recommendation. But yeah, thanks for saying it's nice to see me back on. It's weird. I'm one of these people that if I'm going through a bit of a rough time, I just kind of curl up into a ball. I'm not much of a
Do that too.
yeah. It's like people say there's fight or flight, and I'm like I'm neither. I just go into myself, not literally. That would be weird.
Cool.
But you know what I mean.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean it's yeah, and sometimes the sort of the chat in this particular thing, sometimes it goes a bit crazy. It seems like we've got some cool people in here, like Loser List. He's absolutely right. New Wave Theatre was an LA show that was part of Night Flight, so it wasn't New York. Man.
I missed Night Flight. That was good stuff.
But it's the same sort of. I think it's that's what I really like. Yeah. Yes,
Boy,
I know
Mark is busy.
He's juggling 2 albums. You talk about me being busy. Jeez.
I didn't know it was that Marcus that was talking, in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's Mark Anthony. Yeah.
Mark Anthony. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was talking to him on that. I think I was talking about him on that Marty interview the other day and stuff because people have asked me like why don't you mix and master your own stuff when you do it for other people? But that's precisely why. You see, if you record something and you've done all the instruments and you've engineered it all, I need to send it to Mark because he's not heard it before, and so he just loads it up into his machines, And the thing is, I'm too close to it. I might have fallen in love with a particular guitar bit. I might have fallen in love if I did the bass as the last thing. That's probably all I can hear in my head, So to send it to someone who's not heard it before,
it's like the same thing with writing. If you're the one who wrote it, you're too close to it. You have to send it to somebody else to edit it because otherwise you're too precious with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a producer, I've had to do that with bands. They've had a song that's like really catchy and definitely should be the single, but it's like 5 minutes 40, and I've got to somehow convince them we need to cut it down to like 3.5 minutes if they want to stand any chance of getting on the radio.
Right.
And so I've had to take the hatchet to some songs with people, but that's your producer job, really. Sorry, was that so boring it just killed the conversation?
No. No, we were listening.
No, I'm relieved to be back. It's I'm not back. It's just you caught me at the right time. Really, I really fancied a bit of a break, and my fingers hurt because I've been noodling. Yeah. I enjoy mixing your stuff, but you should hear the difference. I was listening to something the other night, and I was listening to my sort of fold down mix that I sent Mark, saying, "Well, this is kind of like this is how I hear it." And then I listened to Mark's mix, and it was amazing. It's like there's all these little guitars in the he knows that I like wide stereo, yeah. And it's like I love the way that he stuck this mad guitar in the sort of left-hand speaker just at the back, and then the rest of there's a wall of guitar. I don't know. I love all that sort of stuff, but I'm not as good at it for my own stuff.
Nice.
That's the nature of the beast, though. So
it is. It is. Oh, Beetle Babe, I've got something on YouTube
Yeah.
I saved. I put, but it's on my watch later, and it's a Liza Minnelli thing. I didn't know whether you've seen or not, and if you haven't, I'll send it to you. But it's called, if I can just hurry up and do this as quick as you can, Dave, that'd be good. Dead air. Here we are. Yeah, Liza Minnelli, live Paris Olympia, 1969, unseen footage.
Oh, really? Insane.
Take it right away. It's possible I've not seen it. I've seen some stuff on it, some not.
5 months ago. Do you want me to send it to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I shall do that. Because I always think of you when I see, Liza Minnelli or Dudley or any number of things, really. Sex toys, that sort of thing. Just joking. Sorry, calm it down.
Boom, boom.
Right. Sorry, do talk among yourselves while I'm just going on to James' Facebook page. Now I feel awkward.
Sabbath opened up for her. Who? I'm confused.
Liza Minnelli.
Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. Just as much as I remember.
Sabbath and
I mean, actually, she is friends with Sharon and Kelly, so there is a little bit of a link there. And I think Liza was on Sharon's TV show once, so a little bit of a link.
The thing is I remember reading, I think it was either 83 or 84, but the article was posted on April Fool's Day. And in big letters, it says, Tom Jones joins Sabbath. Now, I'm laughing reading this article because I'm just sitting here and I wish I had the article in front of me to read, but I was laughing. I was almost pissing myself. And I'm like,
April Fool's
No, it was like a, I don't know, it was an English newspaper that was like just, it's one of those goofy parody type shit, but I was like, oh my God. But so yes, I mean, if that's the only way that Sabbath would have opened up for her is if Tom Jones was singing for her. Oh God, that's right, The Devil's Daughter. Him and Tom Jones and Black Sabbath, the unreleased bootleg no one wants to hear,
except for me,
except for you.
There must be like a top 10 of mismatched openers for bands. I mean, for a start, one that you guys would know is like Hendrix supporting the Monkees.
Yes.
Well, I've heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
God, I wish there was footage of that. I just wish there was. Even a minute or two.
That'd be cool.
No, I wish there was.
No, I wish there were.
And those little kids, Davey, and he had enough, and he's like, oh, he goes, fuck you, and left the tour, and right in the middle of the show, and I'm like.
So nothing is better than Nesmith retelling that story. He tells it better than anybody.
Can you imagine what the kids must have thought of it? Like, chop it down with the edge of my hand. Wow.
What was it? Him biting the guitar and it just right like a big phallus. I'm like, that's great. Sure, go ahead. The teeny boppers are
I remember James Brown got booed supporting Sting, and Sting went on stage and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" to the audience, which is pretty good.
That is a strange, because Kool and the Gang opened for Van Halen. I want to say in, I think it was the last Van Halen tour, too, that they did. Period. And I'm like, what a strange. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Kool and the Gang, but I'm like, odd.
Right.
The Ramones and Blue Oyster Cult would have been a great double bill. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it'd still be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to do this. We're about going to have to wrap this up. I got one more song in the queue. And then, I got to take kiddo to work.
I know which of two it's got to be. So.
Well, no, you don't, because I shifted this. I'm pushing the other stuff into the next show. But, yes, Prince didn't last long. Yeah, he got booed off from the Stones, which I'm like, that's another thing I just don't get. Whatever. But that was like, that was before 1999, if I remember right. An 81 tour. So 1999 wasn't even out yet. No Little Red Corvette, no nothing.
Well,
see if that was
you guys look after yourselves. I'm going to go and plug back in, but I'll be listening
Okay.
right to the end. I'll listen to what this song is.
Hey, listen,
All right.
thanks for coming on. Seriously,
Yeah,
miss you, damn
it's
it.
good to see you. Nice to see you, Ron. Nice to see
Yeah,
you, Dave.
You too, Dave.
David.
And Paul, and obviously always a pleasure to see Jen. So, you know, all right.
Take care, my friend.
And listen to her and talk to her. It's just that out of all of you, you know, do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's all
Well,
I'm here
yeah,
for.
that's
Yeah.
understandable. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Lots of love,
Yeah.
everyone. See ya.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So to close things off, and once again, I want to thank everybody that's been here on panel. I want to thank my audience. You guys are totally awesome. Almost 2.5 hours we did today, gang.
Yeah.
This is great on a Wednesday. I feel so much better. I hope it stays that way. Yes, I hope for you as well. But I thought maybe, okay, I got a good seeing the panel. Yes, yeah, thank you very much, John. I thought we would close this off. Now it ain't Tom Jones. It ain't Tom Jones with Sabbath, but it's actually one of my favorite from the album Born Again with Ian Gillan, Black Sabbath, Trashed.
Oh, yeah.
83 off the album Born Again, Black Sabbath, Trashed. I would have loved to have played Zero the Hero, but that would have been almost 8 minutes long. As much as
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
long
that
one.
song.
Yeah.
When you
The
have a
video,
Chinese phrase, that one ain't gonna do
the
it.
video is just
Yeah.
so weird. If you people have never seen it,
I've seen it.
once again, I want to thank everybody very much. And yes, it's time for some old bearded man to chew on a record. At 45, that there was a Beach Boys, and Mason looked on in horror. Psychos Platters is a Love Peace production.